So this should be the last time that I have to descale this machine before I ship it back to the owner. I think because I wasn't able to do a good flush in the group head, I think that's where I was getting the coffee residue. I'm going to make sure all that's out. And to do that, I need to take off the shower screen one last time. So let's proceed. So 14 millimeter wrench to capture the nut, to get the nut here on the bottom, to tighten, to secure it, and get the acorn moving on the top here. And we'll have to obviously redo the piston throw one last time. So I take off, this is 14 millimeter, take off this acorn nut, good catch. This is free now, can take it off. I'm going to have to take the pins off. I've seen people do this by reversing the lever. I'm going just to try it my normal way. So these are Tudor's custom pins, stainless steel pins. We did put a little mollycott in them so that they're easier to come out. This is the side here that's got the screw on it. So I can hand undo those. Let's see if we can pick up that screwdriver, loosen up the back one. I think I'm doing something wrong, but I don't know what it is. We'll figure it out here in a second. Something wrong in the sequence. This seems like it's the right way to do it. And unscrew this one as far as you can, then push the pin back the other side so you can take off these two. So now we have all those parts sitting here. And I like to keep my hands clean since this has got a lot of silicone grease in it. So let's pull off the lever, set that aside also. And then a lot of times to get the shower screen free, and since I put some mollycott in it, I'm just going to see if I can take a wrench here and push straight down. A lot of times this will get things to free up. That's not going to work. So what I've seen people do, and I kind of like the idea, is let's reverse, and we don't have to put all the pins in. So let's reverse the lever here. And let's see, that's going to work. I thought maybe so. No, it can't get high enough. And I've reversed it all the way. I thought I saw people actually take this pin and put it on top and then push things down. But that doesn't look like that's going to work for this in this case. So let's see if we can find something else that does the trick. Let's leave a screwdriver on here and see if we can get enough leverage that way. There we go. That's actually worked pretty well. And you can see the shower screen fell out, which we did put a little silicone grease on this gasket so it'll come out easily. Now, what I was looking for was to see if there was any coffee residue in here. And you can see my fingers right now. There is coffee residue here. We get a cloth, kind of clean it off. There is some coffee residue in here. So I think the shower screen or the group head had some coffee residue still in it, and that's why I just didn't want. I wanted to make sure. And you can see even the basket here. The shower screen has coffee residue on the side. You can see all of it. So just because we weren't able to clean off the group head, clean the group head first because we had it inverted, and when we did our descale, I'm happy we're going to descale this and flush everything through the group head and make sure that we get everything out of it. So I'm going to clean off the screen, gasket. This is just a hand wipe, but you can see all the stuff that came out on here. So there's quite a bit still left in the machine. And let's go ahead and take the gasket out, or the piston out. It's loose, and we'll see what we have on the bottom of it here. So there's obviously water in this part still. And let's check this out. Off the bottom of the piston there's some coffee residue too. So we'll grease these gaskets up, make sure everything's nice and clean, and lubricated before the machine goes back together. And we might as well, since we're here, do a quick little, I don't know if this is grease or what's this on here. I think it's just grease. Let's take a clean cloth and just see in the group head, rub the group head, and see what we have inside of here. Actually, it's clean, so that's good. We'll have to grease it up, like I said again. Just got to get where the gasket was here on the group head, see if there's anything there. Since it's upside down, we can't see it. We could turn it upside down, but there's just a little bit of residue there. But so we're good. We're good shape there. But the piston does have to go back in, and we don't have to grease it now. We need to seal off the piston so that when we can actually get some stuff out of here. So should we grease it now or later? Let's grease it later after we get everything back in. So remember, we have this nice cool tool from Stefano here, and so it just fits over the gaskets like this, so that the gaskets are in the right orientation. We can push this back up in place. Actually, the way that I believe this is supposed to be done, I did it opposite. Let's take it back out. Since it's got to just be pushed out at the end, the best way to do it would be to put it down like this. So it comes from the top, fits over these gaskets, and that way make sure you line up the hole. I don't know if you remember, we had difficulty. We had to respin the piston, so we don't want to do that this time. Make sure it goes up through that gasket. Make sure that it's in the right location. Push up on the piston. Yep, the orientation is the right way. Tool falls off. We're going to have to put this back in place. Remember, we flipped this over, so let's put it on the right orientation, and we'll lubricate everything, all these parts before we ship it, before we get it back, when we get it back together. And so then we should be able to pull this up. Good, that's really the right location. And let's put on the stop net here. I don't like how difficult that one is. Should go on really easy. There we go. You never want to force anything on these machines. You want everything has to be finessed, and so we don't have to go any farther than that. That it'll stop this from falling out, and then when we pull it all the way up, it will release water out the group head, so we'll be able to clean out the group head. That's just what we weren't able to do last time, and we don't need to really do any more than this right now. That's all set. it's obviously not finalized.